ICT, we all know about it. It deals with the knowledge. Codification, storing computer and rapid diffusion, makes fewer claims at resources because resources are so much wider available. It speeds up the shift towards weightlessness economy, reduces communication and transaction time, and the cost introduced far faster than previous technologies, makes work more mobile, because now even teleconferencing has made it possible, irrespective of the distance and the time, that we can meet at a global table and share about the things. So the time and space concepts are today reduced to the minimum because of the technology, and facilitates the elastic human access anytime, anywhere, any device and any form. Gains and losses, of course, there are many. Only one I want to mention about is with what worries it most is, out of the 10,000 languages which were in 1900, 6,700 survived in 2000. And out of these, 65,757, this is the UNESCO figure, languages decline in other languages, transactions, 49 languages are declining every day. Erosion of the cultural participation, knowledge and innovation. There's another part which is a little bit controversial issue, but there we have to find the answer. Literacy improvement, of course. More than 65% of the content throughout the whole of the world is in English. So English is required in India, not because it is having any clash or contradiction with our regional languages and with our national language, but it is because it is a future requirement to begin with. We can go for French and German and Spanish and whatnot, Chinese and Japanese, and many of our schools are teaching like that, to make us international, the future international citizen, at least to have the communicative capacity to understand the other side of the table. That is the business requirement of today after globalization. So this learning languages is very much there, but inevitably the fact of the matter is more than 65% it is a dominance of English. What about the other languages? What about the regional languages, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam? Why? How to preserve our 16 languages that are enshrined in the Constitution, and to have the software used for dual language learning. I learn in my own language, in Telugu, and along with that, Telugu also in English. In also Tamil and English. And in most of the South, when I share with the people, they say, yes, I can understand and speak Telugu and Tamil, and also a little bit of Malayali. In Delhi and UP, if you share, they will say, thoda Punjabi, तुसी समझते तो है जी. हिंदी बोल लेते हैं, पंजाबी बोल लेते हैं, इंग्लिश बोल लेते हैं, काम चलता है. कनाडा जाते हैं तो अंग्रेजी से काम चल जाता है. And my Punjabi colleagues once they were asking for someone to seek admission in the English school, I mean a CBSE school. And the father came, he was a first stage learner, so he said, तुसी जी English बोलना सिखा दो. इथे कनाडा जाना है, not in Canada, कनाडा जाना है. So exporting to Canada, so make him to learn a little bit of communicative competence in English. I want only this much. Rest he will take care. अपना बंदा है इसी बहुत जोरदार थी. अपना रिश्तेदार है उधर में कनाडा में वैंकूवर में, तो तुसी इतना पढ़ा दो, बाकी तो सब ठीक है. No, learning requirement of the people, economy, technology all taken together, it varies from one place to another, from one parent to another, from one society to another. But in totality, when we take about, technology has made the things very much where we have to take care of it. Skill gains dominance as the knowledge floats, and then divides. It's another part. There are many divides which are disturbing us. Social divide in the name of economic divides. Naxalites movement is a part of our economic divide more, and a social divide related to economics. Politics taking care of later on. How then to take care of these divides? Can e-technology take care to work as an equalizer? 7 C's. This I take from telling, I was sharing with Ajay that I am quoting from the director, Oracle Foundation. Skill needed for the inclusive education at large, critical thinking and critical doing, creativity, collaboration, cross-cultural understanding, communication, computing, and career and learning self-reliance. In our individual life, we are totally dependent in our early age upon our parents, my mother, my father. And then we try to be independent. And once we go further and we become a society or a nation, then we develop to be interdependent. So dependent to independent to interdependent, that is the facet of life for the societies and for the nations. How then we can take care and take help of it? Learning and the electronic age, of course, as is rightly said, bicycle has become a mountain bike. Impact on ways of learning inevitable and massive. To understand the new technology and search answers, what about contents? We've been discussing about it. I'm not going into detail. Content will be always viable, flexible, and made in the contextual reference. Only as simple as it was placed here by our Joint Secretary MHRD, Kuntia Saab. We don't want a single one mandated curriculum framework. And curriculum, you know, consists of the three things: the syllabi, the transaction with the supportive material development, and evaluation. In all these three, the things have to be made flexible. And they all within themselves have to interplay in a particular interrelationship proportions. And that learning in that with its content can be face to face with the help of internet. Now as the NIS is educating a large number of learners throughout the whole of the country, National Open School, yes, that can happen through that along with the contact programs. And that is happening in reality. It's taking help of this mode itself. Interactivity, enrichment of cognitive activity, enrichment of the mind and the heart, relationship between the needed research and information, archive, which we always develop with this, new form of functioning, that the skill in the society, increased contact and privacy, and easier access to technology and exclusion between controls and the freedom. Once you feel sometimes you are conditioned to a particular framed software, because that is based upon certain logistics, then where is my space for my own innovativeness or creativeness? So there is a tension between the two. And at the same time you say, there should be the creativity and innovativeness in my child. Both the things have to be somewhere experienced about with the realities of the situation in the local context. So this is always a access to technology, easier access is all right, but it sometimes excludes. We feel it in our houses that many times the mother or the father want to speak, or sometimes they don't want to speak. But when they want to speak, the child is busy with the laptop or the computer. Has it excluded the individual from the society, as a member of the society? These two tensions have to be combined somewhere. That's where I say the formal system of learning and the informal system, open system of learning, both have to combine, complement and supplement together along with the major pivotal role for the teacher to play. This was one part of the presentation, and I again remind the four pillars from where education and technology combine together. When they say, and I repeat, this is what from the Dallas report, when they mention about the 7 tensions, they say about the 4 pillars on which the whole edifice of education for present and the future has to be based upon. They are learning to know, knowledge, and knowledge-based economy, and knowledge-based society. But more than that is learning to do, the skill development. And technology is skill-based, so much more has to be done today because tomorrow the youth may say, my young, I should say the young man, is secondary or senior secondary, or in my graduate class in engineering may say, oh, Professor, I have a lot of the knowledge. I can gain it. I can browse it. I can get it from this or that website. Can I do? And what can I do? How to apply that technology in the practical field? So, dear friends, in future, skill is going to take the dominant place, much more important than knowledge. Knowledge can be gained, can be accessed much more easier because of the possibility of technology. But still you have to learn yourself. Every child has to learn oneself, whatever way, where you have to work for. And the third being, learning to live together. This togetherness is something essential, inevitable part, where exclusion has to be replaced by inclusion, and infusion, and unity, and the holistic development of the child. And when we say holistic, it includes all the 3H, head, heart, and hand. Skill, knowledge, and emotions are the character building together for which the DAV mission stands for, the holistic development of the child. Unless that character strength is there, even the supplementation of the technology cannot be to our benefit. Let's pray, let's wish, and let's move together that your classroom is totally enriched with technology, technological supports, that every rural habitant is benefit by maybe a mobile technological lab, maybe a booth, computer booth, maybe a classroom given and provided with the technology and technological support, along with the books and teachers and everything. But to make the face of the country and the future of India, which is growing younger and younger every day, the challenge lies before us. And while we are little bit we feel worried about technology, dear fellow colleagues, technology, we should make it mended and tainted for our support as a teacher. Because teacher cannot be replaced. Education cannot be replaced. This is the only tunnel through which every of the child has to pass through to make one really competent and fully developed as an enabled person and able to. And the last, that's where I finish with the submission. That's where we say education is for empowerment. Empowerment, I mean all the 3H. Empowerment, and more than that, important than that is enlightenment. Thank you very much. Let the lead light please us.